Alright, so on number 4 from chapter 2, section 5, they give us these two solutions, but in the video I said we know that we have 8 plus 7i, because imaginary solutions will always have a pair, a conjugate pair. So I have three things, my three zeros to this particular function. So if we're going to find this function, we just have to multiply some things out. So I have x minus that solution and x minus that solution. Now, I don't suggest multiplying this one and this one first. That would be a bad idea. So let's get rid of those. Let's multiply these first. Now, couple different ways to do it. We could look at this as a trinomial times a trinomial and multiply everything out. That would work. And when we do that, what do we get? So we get an x squared. I also get the x times the minus 8. And I get the x times the negative 7i, so I get negative 7ix. I also do that one, so I have a negative 8x, a positive 64, and then a positive 56ix. Alright, then lastly I have this one, so I have a plus 7ix, a minus 56ix, good, so those cancel out, and then lastly I get a negative 49i squared. So we've multiplied everything out. So each term over here gets multiplied by each term over there. So when I do that, and I collect like terms, I do get an x squared, I get a minus 16x. We notice when we do this, that's the beauty of that conjugate pair. We always get those terms to cancel each other out. And then I have minus 49i squared. And in a different video I talked about how I squared equals negative 1. Because since I is equal to root negative 1, when I square it, I just get left the inside, negative 1. So negative 49 times negative 1 is plus 49. So I have 64 plus 49, which is 113. So now I have this thing that I can multiply by x minus 3. So let's do that real quick. X minus 3 times this piece. And so now I have a binomial times a trinomial, and I just multiply it out. X cubed minus 16x squared plus 113x minus 3x squared plus 48x, and then minus 339. So when I combine things, I get x cubed minus 19x squared plus 161x minus 339. The other one that I wanted to look at was one of the very last ones. It said write the polynomial as the product of linear factors. And they gave us this function of x to the fourth minus 81. So when I start factoring that, I see it's a difference of squares, so that means I have x squared plus 9, x squared minus 9. So this one we can keep on factoring, it's the difference of squares. So I have x squared plus 9, x plus 3, x minus 3. So I see the solutions of x equals negative 3, and x equals positive 3. But how do I do the sum of squares? And so you could go through the quadratic formula saying that a is 1, b is 0, and c is 9. Or if I am looking at conjugate pairs, I know I'm going to have an imaginary answer because when does x squared equal negative 9, like solving this, right? So this is where I get negative 3i as a solution and positive 3i as a solution. Again, x squared equals negative 9. Take the square roots of both sides. So I get x equals plus or minus square root of negative 9, which is plus or minus 3i. I promise that's a 3. So now when we finally, last step, write it out, we have x minus 3i, x plus 3i, x minus 3, and x plus 3. So the product of all that.